Looks like I'm running a little late, so let's go. Hello! Man, I am very... The sun is hitting just perfectly to make me look like a ghost. It's also making it very difficult to read the screen. The glare off of my sweater. But, hello! I am cleaning some molds at the moment. I'm just running a little bit late this morning. I don't have a good... I have a couple things that I know that I want to do today. And then I have, like, a very rough plan for the rest. So I'm hoping people can give me ideas on things. Because I want to get some jewelry made. It's been a while since I've done some just, jewelry. But I'm going to be doing a bazaar in December, like an in-person bazaar. And I think jewelry would probably be good for that. I don't know how well dice will do. I don't know if that's the right demographic for that. But all of my molds are covered in dust. Because they've just been sitting over there. I probably should put these in like some sort of closed container or something. But I'm just trying to get it all out with a little bit of packing tape. I use so much packing tape. But so, plan for today. I want to get some jewelry made. I want to get some phone grips made. And the phone grips probably won't end up in my shop, but I want to get them made anyways. And I have a D20 that I'm gonna get made for a commission. So we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment with that one, see how it goes, because we're trying something slightly different. But I'm just trying to figure out some molds for. Okay, let's see here what we got. All right. I'll grab another one of these molds and one of these molds because I think these would be fun. These are kind of some odd shaped sort of ones. Boy, is that dusty though. Is there one that is cleaner? That one's definitely not cleaner. That one's covered in glitter. This one might be a little bit cleaner. Still super dusty though. This is the exciting part of pouring resin, is making sure all the molds are clean. There's so much like cleanup and stuff when it comes to resin that I say this like every time I pour resin. I really should clean up my area more often. And I usually say that because my mixing cups, they're pretty much all dirty at the moment, and I end up having to just clean them one at a time as I need them, because I just don't clean them all that often. Part of it is just because, I want to, it's easiest to clean them after the resin has cured in them. So, by the time that I get around to actually cleaning, or being able to clean, I've forgotten about it entirely because I did the other parts the day before. I guess to be fair, they're on the table usually when I'm unmolding dice, but no, don't worry about it. Alright, looks like it might be a quiet day. I'm just checking that everything's running alright. Yep, looks like it is. Maybe I should post somewhere. Or people are just confused because I'm not making dice, or because I'm running late. That's probably what it is. I'm just running a little bit late today. That's still not perfectly clean, but my tape is getting a little bit worn. So, ideas for jewelry. I wrote some down. I think one of the things that I want to do is I've made some dice in the past, and actually I made some jewelry. It actually originated with some jewelry that I made, where I take a whole bunch of my leftover resin. So, like, I have a whole bunch of random scrap resin. I went and cut it up into a bunch of pieces, and then, shorter than the others, weird. I went and cut it up into a bunch of pieces, and then mix it with a bunch of like glitter and foil and stuff, and put that into the mold. There's like resin on the bottom of this. Alright, let me. And I don't know, it just looks really pretty. I don't know. I don't know how many of those I want to make or what shapes. I'm debating, you know, I think maybe I'll do a whole like bunch of squares of that, or should I do some like drop pendant ones, either crystal shaped or not. That's my, I could do both, I suppose. I guess I'm debating whether I want to do a bunch of the same kind, or if I want to do a bunch of different kinds of things and just see how they go. I feel like it's almost safer to do a bunch of different things and see how they go. Come on, resin, get out of there. Because, you know, there's no guarantee that people are going to like one design over another, even if I like it. But I wrote down some ideas. I do have some little tiny Christmas trees that I made, so I thought it might be cute to do like a little, I have a little sphere mold here, do like a little like snow globe type thing. Although I don't know if it'll fit in there. That one I probably would need to do a base layer of like a white for that. So I need to decide if I want to do that, because then I will do the first part of that today. But let's get some molds that we can use for some jewelry. This one's actually looking pretty good now. There's still some resin that's up on top here, but I'm not too worried about that, as long as it doesn't fall into the molds. We're good to go. We could also try to do some Petri ones. That could be kind of pretty. Doing some Petri. What's on the outside? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm debating whether I want to try and do some kind of simple design type ones, or what? Oh, you know what? I did like space, like kind of space Petri phone grips. I bet I could translate that into some jewelry and it'd look really cool. So we could maybe do that. I've also done, you know, I have a few designs that I'm just like, that could probably translate actually. That probably translate pretty well. Maybe I'll try doing that actually. Maybe I'll take a couple of designs that I've done in the past and reuse them. But we could try some new stuff too. I did a keychain for one of the commissions that I did. I did commissions that had little tiny skulls. Tiny skulls in them. So I could do like a necklace that has like a skull in it. That might be cool. I wonder if, would that be weird for a Christmas bazaar though? For a holiday bazaar? I don't know. Maybe it might be a little weird, maybe. Alright. Oh, excuse me. How are these looking? These are still a little bit dirty. Very, very quiet in the chat today. I feel like that just happens sometimes. Is there something going on today? Is there some sort of big Twitch event or something? It wouldn't surprise me. Also, there's just days where it's quiet too. Oh, the sun. The sun is in my... The sun gets in your eyes. No, wait, that's not the right... That's not it. Let me grab another piece of tape. I think this is going to be my last piece of tape. Because I think I'll have plenty of molds after that. And then we can decide what exactly we want to do. Let me set these away. So, let's see here. So, got some molds. I have some other jewelry stuff that I kind of already made too. I need to figure out how to finish. I went and sorted through a whole bunch of like the crystals and stuff that I've made. And I'm just like, oh, these could make keychains or something. Or just, I don't know, might make pretty jewelry. See if you can see the iridescence on there. Well, the iridescence does not show up as well on camera. I feel like, oh, you can see it. But I have some random things here that I'm just like, oh, that makes some good jewelry. I need to figure out how I'm going to attach the like posts to these though. Or is there a better way for me to do this? Maybe I should just sand them and then screw in little loops. That might be better, because normally I would leave them in the mold and then I would attach a little like pin to the top and then seal that in with resin. And then turn that over into a loop. The problem is that if I try to put these back into the molds, more often than not, resin will kind of like seep down on the sides and stuff and make them kind of rough and uneven. I don't really want that. So I'm debating whether it would be better to just sand them flat, and then like drill into the tops maybe? Maybe drill into the top a little bit and add a loop that way. That might actually be better. I don't know. Some of them are rather pretty though. Like, I don't know, I like that one. That was pretty. I have a few here that I just need to kind of top off with a little bit of resin too. Here's one that I painted. Went and looked up Starry Night and did like a little painting of it. I'm debating doing more of these because I do really like how this one turned out. Just random little pieces of Starry Night. Or look up other famous artworks maybe. Oh, that is on the bottom. There's a cat hair on the bottom. But let's see here. I don't think I'm going to use these ones, but... Ah! My tape has folded over on itself. Okay. Alright, so we've got some of those. So let's go through, figure out what we want to do. Let me grab my notes. You can see how messy my planner is. Yeah, okay. Alright, I don't have much more than what I actually said. So let's just start with some of that then. I don't know what molds I want to use yet, which is fine. Let's just put those off to the side for now. But I can start chopping up some resin. Before we do that, I have a little bit of an experiment to do. So I've been making my liquid cores with water in them. Should I do, and I have some mineral oil to try instead. Let's try and make this liquid core first and see how it works. Just get this out of the way. Yeah, so we're gonna be making one die today. Just gonna be making a D20. Oh, I hear a kitty cat outside. I hear a kitty cat. So we're gonna do a copper liquid core. I grabbed a couple of different coppers because this one's kind of like smoother and then this one's a little bit more glittery. I thought the mix might be nice. Because I like this kind of color here, this kind of smoother one, but I don't know if it'll have enough glitter to it or not. And I don't think it'll take too much, to be honest. But this is a little bit of an experiment, because like I said, I've done it with water in the past, and we're going to try it with some mineral oil instead. Alright, so let's see how it looks if I do that. This literally showed up right before... Whoa, what's this? Oh, hi Maggie! I've just spilled my copper pigment on the table. Just a moment here. I'm making a mess. Great timing, I'm making a mess. I think I need to add maybe a little bit more in there since I just spilled this. Alright. How can I get this to stay upright? Okay, I'm gonna grab... There we go. We're grabbing a blank D6 mold so I can keep that upright while I grab other things. Let's add a little bit more copper since I just spilled that all over my table. It looks like I've still got quite a bit of this shimmery one in there. They're both shimmery, but this one's a little bit more like smooth shimmery. The other one's a little bit more glittery shimmery. But I wanted to grab, pushing down. We're gonna try this. Haven't even opened this yet. Let me get the lid off without splashing it everywhere. That's the real thing. Oh, my hands will be so smooth. Okay. I'm gonna try filling this and we'll see how it looks. I want it to be full almost all the way to the top, but not overfilled. So I want to be able to attach the resin there. Okay. Get as much of that out of there as possible. Actually, I'm hoping that the oil doesn't make it difficult to attach the resin. We'll see though. We'll see. I'm hoping that the UV resin still attaches just fine. Alright, let's try this. So I'm going to go kind of around the edge a little bit. We're going to try and seal this top off with some UV resin. Let's not do that in the sunlight, that's making it very difficult. I don't want it that lumpy. It's ended up kind of lumpy. And I think it's because I was doing it in the sun. That didn't work out well. Alright, let me go ahead and nuke that, and then we'll see. I might remake another one, but honestly it might be fine. Might be fine. But I don't know, it might be sticking out a little bit too much. But I do want to just see how well that's sealed, and whether the mica powders look good in the oil as opposed to the water. Oh, I'm very sniffy. So we'll give that a second. Let's see. Is it actually sealed? It looks like it is actually sealed. Maybe. kind of oily. Wipe this down. I don't know how the oil would react with the resin either. I don't know if it'll cause any problems or what. I'm just rubbing this down because I'm trying to see if there's any spots where oil is leaking out. Trying to see if there's spots that end up shiny again. It might be okay. I'm going to add another little tiny drop off to the side here because it's very, very thin. It's not sticking very well. Well, that's not a good sign. Let me run that under the light one more time. There we go. All right. Oh, like I said, sniffy. Just a second. Ugh. Excuse me. So, we'll shake that up and see how it looks. And let's start figuring out our other things. So like I was saying, I think I want to do some of a design that I've done before where I kind of cut up some recycled resin and then mix it with a whole bunch of like glitter and metallic flakes and stuff. So let's pull that out. Let's pull out my scrap resin. I just have a little bit of it, just a little bit. And I'll probably go for mostly like kind of pinks and blue colors because I like those. But we could probably go for a few different colors, kind of try and keep them separate a bit. Set that off to the side while we see how this looks. Ah, interesting. Just a second here. Ah, well, I think the oil might not work so well, actually. Because it's kind of clumping up a bit. I don't know if it's the pigment or if it's the oil. It might just be this pigment here. I think maybe this pigment's working fine. So, I'm going to try another one with just this pigment, none of this pigment, with the oil to see how it looks. Put this one away. There we go. Because kind of, I feel like the sparkliness kind of worked, but I think it's other pieces have kind of clumped up in there. They look like little tiny rocks, and I think maybe it's that other pigment. So we're gonna try just this pigment in one. See how it looks. Let me grab another one. Yeah, this should be the right size. I have 3 different sizes of these. I have one that's too big and one that's smaller and fits my D10s. But this is the right one for the D20s. I think I want a little bit more of this. Although, to be fair, I guess I spilled some earlier, so. Add a little bit more, though. I want it to be saturated. Little tiny bit more. I don't want to overdo it, but I want enough that it actually flows around. We're going to try this and see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll probably go back to water. So let's try it. Let's try this. Oop. Come on. I ended up with an air bubble. I'm getting oil everywhere now. There we go. Let me clean off the outside of this one because it is covered in oil. which is fun. It's not bad for me or anything. It's literally just baby oil. That's all it is. So it's not going to be bad or anything, but I worry that it'll make it so the UV resin does not stick to it at all. Because it was having kind of some trouble earlier. So let's see if we can get the oils wiped off of this. And then last little drop. Alright, let's see if this one works a little bit better with just this sparklier mica. I'll take this out of the sun. Hi, Omar! How you doing? I am trying out a liquid core with mineral oil instead of water, and we're going to see how it works. I know, yes, I'm glowing. I know, I have a well, yeah. I have a window right above me, and oh boy. It's making it hard to see the screen, honestly. There's a little bit of glare, just like the reflection off of my own sweater. But oh well, that's fine. Yeah, I'm trying out a new liquid core, like I said, and then we're gonna do hopefully a bunch of jewelry. I don't know. I'm gonna try doing some stuff where I use some recycled resin, but other than that, I don't have much of a plan, to be honest. Not much of a plan. I was thinking of maybe doing something with one of the skulls that I made in it. That might be cool. Oops. One of these skulls. But I'm trying to make jewelry for a holiday Christmas bazaar. So I don't know how well the skulls would fit that. That's why I'm making jewelry, to be honest, is because I feel like it fits the demographic a little bit better than dice does. But yeah, it's very bright. Maybe I should put a curtain. Oh man, yeah. Traveling will do that to you. But it's nice that you're finally feeling rested. Was that for your niece's quinceañera? Or was that for something else? Because I know you posted about that in the Discord. It looked like it was fun. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Let me nuke this one more time. I'm gonna let that cure just a little bit more, and then we're gonna shake that up and see how it looks. Because I tried doing this once, and I used two different. Oh, okay. I tried using two different copper pigments, and one of them I think clumped up really bad, so it just looks lumpy in here. So I got rid of that one, and we're trying it with just the one that I think is the one that looks good. We'll see how it looks. All the oil out of here. All right. I'm hoping that this will work well. All right. So let's. Come on. The problem is that all of the shimmer wants to just hang out on the one side. It doesn't actually want to spread out. Oh, you know what? I didn't end up with any bubble in here at all. And so there's not much to really hit against the side. You know what I should almost do for these? I should almost add like one of these little metallic beads. Alright, just a second. I'm going to let this sit a second. Let some of that kind of start to sink. Alright. But I think that we're done with this either way. If it doesn't work, I don't have water prepared. So I will have to make that another time. I'm hoping I don't have to, but let's see here. What do most people use for their liquid cores? What do most people use for their liquid cores? Do most people just use water? I feel like this holds the glitter better. Like it stays suspended longer than it does in the water, but it doesn't incorporate nearly as well. Like all of it is just like stuck on one side. It's not moving anywhere. So like the water, I think it incorporates a little bit better into it. It doesn't stick as much. I guess it depends a little bit on the pigment I'm putting in there. I did try doing glow-in-the-dark pigment in one once, and that stuff just stuck to the side. Alright, just a second. Just trying to mix it up a bit. Oh, there we go. Now that it's actually getting mixed up, it doesn't look too bad. I worry though that it's going to settle and then do the same thing again. Come on. Yeah, see, it's nice and shimmery now. But I do worry that it's going to settle. So I don't know. I could try it. We might try that. We might try it anyways. See what happens. It's just a D20. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. This one, though, I know did not work out. So let me. Yeah, cause like I don't know. The copper looks good, but yeah, I worry that it's gonna clump to like it's all gonna settle, and then it's gonna be difficult to do from there. Okay. Alright, let me set this off to the side, and we'll actually start sorting through some scrap resin. Oh, let me put this away. I don't actually need this out. This is my UV resin. Don't think I need that. Alright. So, I have done some stuff in the past where I take random bits of resin and I cut it up and then mix it with glitter and stuff. I've mentioned this in this stream already. I'm just repeating myself. And so I'm thinking, why don't we do some of that? Actually, just a second. Let me check over here. Aha! I have some purple resin that I blended up. We'll use some of that too. I don't know necessarily how much I want to make, because I feel like almost more is better. Yeah, let me do some blues and purples, because I can make multiple pieces of jewelry. I'm just debating stretch. Oh, it's a good idea actually. Kind of woke up this morning and had like a stiff neck. I feel like it's better now, but woke up this morning. I think I just slept with my head at a weird angle. I kind of half woke up and was just like, oh, that's not comfortable. Went back to sleep with my head at a different angle, and it seems to be fine now. Yeah, did you see, hello, did you see what I was saying about the liquid core with the mineral oil, though? So, it works, and it keeps the color, like the colors suspended really well and stuff. But I'm worried, I worry that it's all going to settle and it's going to be really hard to get it to swirl again. Because even just now, when I had the, when I was putting the oil in and stuff, and then once I tried to mix it, all of the copper all of the copper had like settled to the bottom, and it was kind of a pain to try and get it to actually swirl again. So I was gonna make the dye and we'll see how it works. But that is a concern of mine. Because like with the water, the pigment tends to incorporate with the water pretty well. So it might settle, but it's not too difficult to then get the, yeah, listening. But it's not difficult to get the pigment to then incorporate into the water again. And so I feel like the swirl is good in this. Like it holds I don't know, it doesn't swirl as much as it just kind of holds the pigment. Like it moves and stuff, but it doesn't like swirl. So I was gonna try making it with this, but we might end up with water. We might end up going back to water. Okay. So for the other stuff, I have so much scrap resin, guys. There's so much. Should I try doing one with warm colors too? Now that I actually have some like reds and oranges and stuff. I've mostly done like kind of cool colors, purples and blues and stuff in the past, and part of that's just because that's what I had scrap for. But I could do some like red and orange and gold. I'll set that over there. Grab some more red. That's kind of yellowish, I guess. Oh, well, here, let's grab some greens. I'm just going to grab some green. Put that by itself. Alright. Because I feel like I could do something with the green. Alright. And I feel like this always takes a while, so I'm hoping that it doesn't take super long. Grab some blue. Chopping it up, I mean. Sorting through it doesn't take super long or anything, but trying to actually process this stuff. And it's like my thing is not even going down at all. There's so much resin scrap. I should do more of this, probably, where I put it in like a blender. So I'll do that at some point. But let me just put this away. Here's a good pink. Actually, we'll grab some pink out too. We'll grab some pink. There's a little bit of pink over here too. Okay. All right. Ooh, that's pretty pink. Yeah. All right, let me just set this up. Down and away. Down and away. No, wait. Okay. So we've got some different sorts of colors here. That's more blues. So I don't know necessarily what exactly I want to do here. So this is all like purples in here. So I'm just pulling out the bigger pieces here because I threw some stuff in here that I just haven't ground up yet, but there's actually some ground up stuff in here. And I'm just going to pour it out into a little cup. And we'll see how it looks. We might use some of that. Although it's a little bit maybe finer. Some of it is a little bit finer maybe than I would normally do. I don't know. But let's just pour it out anyways. I need to grind up a different color, to be honest, so we'll pour out our purple. Because I need to do some brown for a different thing. Alright, I'll put that off to the side. So we've got some ground up purple that we can use. I guess I'm debating whether I want kind of bigger pieces than this though. I have used this sort of stuff before. Let's start cutting up some of our colors here. And adding, well, we'll start with the purple and add it here. Yeah, this part takes a while just because, I don't know, cutting things does. I'm doing kind of larger pieces because this is going to go into, like, things that could probably hold slightly larger pieces. I don't need them to be... I blended it a little while ago, but yes, I did do it in, like, a little blender. And I have made some dice that had some of the purple stuff that I blended, but I actually need to blend some brown resin. But it's, I don't know, it's an easier way, I guess, to kind of process all my resin scraps, because I've got so much random pieces of leftover resin. It's like a personal sized blender type thing. So yes, it is just a regular kitchen blender. It's a magic bullet though, so it's like a blender for like a single cup size. And we had an extra one of the actual like blending pieces, so this is just getting used for resin. Just getting used for resin. I wouldn't use it with food then again. It's kind of an interesting blender, but it works out really well because yeah, you can do like just a single cup of things, not like a measuring cup, but like a glass, which is honestly pretty nice if you just want like one smoothie. All right, who is texting me? I'm getting text notifications. I assume it's text notifications. You've got a bunch of flashing that you want to cut up more. Oh yeah, that might be a way to do it. Might be a way to do it. But again, I wouldn't use it for food after. I don't think I would trust that necessarily. I guess to be fair, if you could put it in the dishwasher or something or wash it, wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, I would love ideas for things to do with my leftover resin because I've got so much scrap. I've got so much scrap resin. And like, I guess there's, you know, grinding it up or cutting it up and putting it in things. Because, you know, I feel like that actually does end up looking really pretty. Usually, like, all of the ones where I've just like, I don't know, cut things up and then mixed them with some glitter and stuff. Like, they always end up pretty. Ah. But they're just, I don't know, it's almost one of those things where I have to kind of pre-plan it, I guess. I'm not really pre-planning it here, but I don't know, I end up doing designs where I can just sit down and do them as opposed to things where I have to like prep stuff first, so I don't end up doing it as much because this requires more forethought. I actually need to like prepare some things. Gecko! That's such a cute little sticker. But I'm always looking for, like, if people ever have ideas for things I could do with the scrap resin, I'm open to suggestions. I'm always looking for, yeah. No, I really like them. I actually have a set in my shop that got put in there yesterday. Well, I should actually mention that they're made with recycled resin now that I think about it. But the set in my shop called the Nightlife set, those are made with scrap resin. So those are ones where I went and sat and cut everything up into little pieces and then mixed it with a bunch of stuff. see here though. Let's see. I'm trying to decide what exactly I want to make today though. Do I want to just do like purple ones? Do I want to do other colors here? Like, because I went and obviously set some stuff aside here. Yeah, I think we'll do some that are kind of similar to the dice set that I have in my shop at the moment. Kind of enjoy doing those. So with some metallic foils, some iridescent flakes, and maybe like a darker color as kind of a background almost. Yeah, I'm trying to get a bunch of jewelry made today. I'm kind of deciding what I want to do though. I don't know what exactly I want to do for all the jewelry. Oh, I'm also very sniffy today. I'm debating if I want to do any like peachy, or I could do florals. I feel like that's always a good option too. I could do some like floral jewelry. Just go grab some of the flowers that I have, and even just doing like a single flower, I feel like looks nice, maybe with a solid colored background, like a white background or something. That could be good. Should we add a little bit of pink to this, maybe? There was a thing that was going around at one point. I don't know if it ever actually happened, but there was a thing at one point. I don't know if it's still happening or what. Basically, though, it was like you could make like a cube of resin, and then they would cut it into dice for you. And part of it was just that then you could do like custom faces and stuff. I don't know whatever happened to that, and I have no idea how much that was going to cost, but I was thinking that that would be a cool way to get rid of some scrap, is to just go and like just take this sort of stuff and put it into a cube mold with some glitter and stuff, because then it would just get cut up and you'd end up with all sorts of interesting like lines and things. It's like, that'd be an interesting idea. I was curious to find out more about the thing, but I don't know if that ever actually went any further. Was that crit cast dice? I don't remember. Start turning pens. That would require a lathe. To be fair, I was sell pen blanks from scrap. That's true. That's true. Actually, that's a good point though. If my brother were to get back into bladesmithing, I could make him some knife handles, probably, with some resin scrap. Well, blanks for knife handles. Make him do all the hard work of actually shaping them. But that could be cool. Yeah, I feel like this stuff would almost work better in like larger projects. Oh man, could you imagine a table? Just like a tabletop that's just full of scrap resin. Maybe kind of sorted by color. That'd be kind of cool, honestly. That would take a lot of resin, though. But I feel like it'd be pretty cool. I don't know, sorry, and now I'm thinking about how to do tabletops. I don't think I'll end up doing tabletops. I think that would be... I don't think I want to have to figure out how to do that, and I think that that would be expensive to make because of the amount of resin that I would need. Obviously, I'd get, you know, resin for tabletops, but still, like, it'd be expensive. Alright, let's see here. Let us see here. How much of this do I want to do? Why Why is this one dusty? This one's like dusty for some reason. I don't know why it's dusty. All right. Let's maybe just call it on the purple. Just call this on the purple. Yeah, okay, all right. I think this will be enough purple. Maybe I should I put in some pink and some blue as well into the same thing? I mean, I might as well. Okay. All right. I think that's enough purple. I'm just debating what all I want to make. So I think we're gonna make some. Okay, I guess here's my real question: is should I make with this stuff? Should I make some square ones, or should I make some like drop pendant ones? I guess I could do both. Could do both. Just a random piece of resin in there. So, if I want to do both, some of these are interesting. Okay. So, I think we'll do this stuff as like at least one of the flat ones. One of the kind of flat square molds, a couple of drop pendants, and then I think, should we do one of the like geode shaped ones? Maybe like this geode shaped phone grip one? I feel like it'd be good as a phone grip too. We're gonna mix this with a bunch of other pretty things. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of a composite of stuff, so maybe that. I think I'm probably gonna have plenty more of this than just for those. And then I think maybe let's do, I have, there's a thing here. I can't get things out. All right, I have some like little tiny space pieces that I've done. I did some foam grips with them, and I thought they were really cute. So I have like little planets and moons and stars and things. So it might be cute to do some of these in one of these like necklaces instead. And then do the petri behind them that I kind of did for the phone grips. So they'd have, I don't know if I want to do maybe a moon, a couple of stars, maybe kind of, I don't know if that's too little. I feel like I should have more in it, maybe, or it just needs to be moved around, or I could do a planet instead. I kind of like the planets over the moons. Let's see, let me try something else just a second here. Yeah, I like the planet over the moons, I think. Tried changing out the star too. I think I'd move the planet down maybe a little bit, or the stars up a little bit. Maybe both. Yeah, maybe kind of like that. And then do a petri over top with a little bit of glitter. I don't know. What do you guys think on that? I'm debating. Oh, I could do kind of a cute little, like, there's kind of like a long one here. And I could do a little moon in here with and then like a couple stars. That might be cute, kind of like right below it. Yeah, that's a good gold star. Gold star. I'm trying to get this kind of organized. Even. There we go. I'll show you and that's kind of what I was saying for the long one there. So let's do maybe 3 space ones, 3 Petri space ones. And we'll do 4 or something, well, at least 3 and a phone grip of the recycled resin. And then, let's see here, what else do we want? Oh, we do have some other shapes too. Oh, actually, like a round one might be cute, or an oval one might be cute for the recycled resin. So those are options as well. Oh, yeah, okay, we've got the drop ones. I think I'll make those the larger ones. Maybe these odd shapes might be cute as space ones too. Let's put... There's kind of like a kidney bean shaped one here. It's kind of strange. Just like, let me put... Oh, there's a little rocket ship. Let's do a little rocket ship maybe. A little planet. So maybe just that for that weird kidney bean shaped one. Yeah, maybe that. That might be kind of cute. I'm just looking at what else I have over here. I don't have to. I forgot that I have the little rocket ships because I haven't really used them much. Just a little, I could do just a little rocket ship or just a little star. Just a single star. I almost like with just the single star. I don't know what it is. This, I'm gonna do a Petri behind it. Do you think that'd be too simple? Just a single star in there? I don't know, I feel like that might be kind of cute. All right, I think that'll be good for these. I could do a solid star too. Could do a solid one instead of an open one. Let me see how that looks. No, I like the open one because then we can have stuff that goes through it. Okay. But we do have little rocket ships. I'll put a little rocket ship in the teardrop shaped one. All right. So we're gonna do a few of the space ones because I like them. And then let's see what else do I got. Got that. We've got this. I don't know if I want to do more scrap resin or not. Let's see, what else do we got? I could do some kind of butterfly ones. So I've got this, which was kind of leftover resin at one point, that all just ended up in here. And so like I have stuff here that I wanted to turn into jewelry, and things here that just need like another layer. Like this one just needs another layer of resin. I'm really happy with this one. I went and painted a part of Starry Night on it. And it is actually sealed in, but you can see the top there is very kind of rough. So I just want it to be domed. I just want to dome it a little bit. Just make this flat, actually. There's a couple lumps I've just noticed on the side, which I think would make it difficult actually to dome it. Just kind of, there we go. Have fun lurking. Yeah, so is there a hair in that? Oh, I guess it comes with a free cat hair. Didn't notice that. No one needs to know. But yeah, I have a few things here that could just get covered with some resin, I think. I feel like this one's almost a little too simple. I'm not quite sure. It needs maybe some different color or something. Just a second, it doesn't want to focus. There we go. This one feels maybe a little too, like, simple. I feel like it needs maybe another color. Why is it? But I'm not sure what exactly it needs. Yeah, there's a few things that, yeah, these are all ones where I'm just like, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to finish these. Because, like I said, was saying earlier, I would normally put a little, like, pin on the end and then seal it in with resin and then loop it around to make, like, a loop to attach it. But these are already out of their molds, so that'd be difficult to do. So I'm debating whether it would be easier to just flatten off the ends and then like screw in a little loop, like just drill a little hole and then screw in a little loop thingy. I feel like I've got to have some of those somewhere, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what the best solution is there. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. I think that might be the way to go. So these, I guess, I'm going to do in a different way. These are going to get sanded, I think, and then we'll add our loops to them. Or some of them in here are pretty okay anyways. All right, so I'm not going to deal with those today. That's fine. So let's see here. What do we have? Should I do some? I'm just trying to decide, like, what other designs should I do? I'm trying to think of things that, like, aren't super easy or aren't super simple looking. They can be simple to make, but I don't want them to look simple, if that makes sense. Like the Petri ones shouldn't be too difficult to make, but I think they will look interesting. I guess we could do, like I said, some florals. We could do some florals. Something with some flowers. I think I'm just going to do the purple scrap, so I think I can put this stuff away. Let me actually pull out. I have some bags over here of scrap. Come on, stay there. That are organized by color. So let's put these away into their appropriate colors. And that way I can find them later when I need, you know, green or yellow or whatever. Yeah, I've got so much resin scrap, guys. There's so much. I guess I've been doing this for more than a year, so it shouldn't be too surprising, but still, so much resin scrap. I probably should just go through and like grind all of it down, go through as much as I can and grind stuff down, and then that would make it a lot smaller. It would maybe limit some of the things I could do with it, but not a lot. It's not like I don't usually use this in like huge pieces anyways. I might as well make it into like little tiny bite-sized chunks. Not bite-sized chunks, don't eat it. But you know what I mean. Usable flakes. I could almost use it as like glitter. Just like little, it's resin glitter. Oh, you know, that could be a thing, actually. I feel like that could be a thing. Trying to fit all this stuff in here. Alright. always purple. What was that? What did I just knock down? I just knocked something down. What was it? I don't know what just fell. It might have been a screw from my chair, which I feel like is, oh no. It's a random R. I think it was stuck to the bottom of this bag. All right. And then let's find, yes, red, orange, and yellow are all in the same bag here because I don't have those colors, didn't have those colors really back when I sorted through these. All right. Get these out of the way. And we'll stick with our purple here. Okay. Let me see, what else might we want here? Should I grab some florals maybe? I think maybe we'll grab some florals. Okay, so here's kind of, okay, we're gonna let that sit a little bit longer. You're back. I'm letting this sit for a minute to see how it does. But at the same time, I'm assuming it's gonna sit for longer than you know, half an hour or whatever. It might settle even more, but we'll see. Okay. So we've got those that we're gonna do. These. Okay. For these ones that we're gonna dome, I don't know if it will do any good to put them into the pressure pot. Yes, it will. It'll get rid of the little tiny ones. Okay. So to get them into the pressure pot, it's easiest to have them on something that I can move around. So I'm going to put these onto some little silicone things so that I can actually pick them up without getting my sticky fingers all over them. That seems like a good plan. So those are ones that I just need to dome. Again, this one looks kind of boring in my opinion. I feel like, what does it need? Like, is it just a different color that it needs? Different shape? I was debating adding some like little copper beads on the top, but I don't know. I don't know if it needs that or if that's just gonna make it overcomplicated. I'm not sure. I could add some silver foil. Honestly, maybe some silver foil would look kind of cool. I don't know. What do you think though? A little bit of silver foil maybe? I'm just trying to make this a little bit more even for doming. Well, alright, so I've got those. This one might be cool with the copper actually. This one might actually be cool with a few copper beads. So I might do that for that one. Okay, let us see here. Got that. Let me grab my D20 mold for this. I didn't have a grand plan for today going into the stream. There's something that's hitting the back of my brain and I can't think of what it is. Flowers, that's what it was. I was thinking maybe we should do some floral ones because that might be kind of cool. Just do a necklace with like a rose in it. Something like that. Maybe a rose and some gold foil. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. My red roses. I'll pull those out. I have some other lovely flowers in here as well. Set that back there on my messy table. So maybe maybe I should do like a rose bud. Rosebud. Ah. There's a cat hair in there. Well, okay. I could do something, maybe put one into like one of the crystal shaped ones and then do like gold foil, or try and do one in one of my flat ones here. I don't know on that one. I worry about fitting it in here, and then I also worry about it sticking out too much on these. Or also looking too simple. I don't know. Here, just say, let's pull out. I'm gonna pull out one of the smaller. Oh my gosh, this bag is broken. Come on. The seal part is coming undone. Okay. All right. So I'm just saying, maybe take one of these and just do like put it in here type thing. Just do a little tiny. It sticks out a lot though. It sticks out a lot. That's what I guess I could dome it, but let me see what other. Yeah. But if I have a small one, it might fit in to, yeah, see, I could fit it. So we'll do a rose in one of these, I think. In one of the crystal shaped ones. Maybe we should do a couple in maybe a couple different shapes. Maybe one in a square one. Yeah, so let me see what this fit in. Should I do multiple roses in a stack or just a single one? Ooh. Or maybe a single one and then like a rose petal floating above it. This would be kind of cool. All right, well, we'll do a couple with roses. Moses supposes his doses are roses. Yeah. We're gonna try that. We're gonna see how well that works. I think we'll just do a single rose on those, at least for now. Yeah, okay. Got those figured out. I guess I could do like rose petals and gold foil in one of these too. Just the petals. I feel like that'd be kind of good. Maybe one of the round ones. Maybe one of the round ones. This one, I have all of this bright colored stuff in. I was going to do either a white or a black background. I'm thinking maybe white because I worry that the black will make it so that it doesn't show up as good. So I'm just going to have a white background. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try doing some rose petals and gold foil. That's going to be something we try. What else do we got? Oh, you know what? I have all of these kind of like faceted sort of looking ones. What if we did those with like iridescent flakes and something? Iridescent flakes and maybe just iridescent flakes and gold foil and then like just some shimmer and stuff. I'd probably just do that for a couple of things. All right, we're just gonna do something that's just like iridescent flakes, gold foil, maybe a little bit of gold shimmer, and then some sort of like solid color with it, or colored resin. I think that'd be pretty. Okay, so let's actually start getting things. I think I don't know if I like that painting. I did this painting too when I did the Van Gogh one, but I don't know that I like it as much. I think maybe it's just because it's in the middle and it should go down a bit or something. I don't know. So I haven't done anything with it yet because I just haven't decided whether I like it or not. Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty much everything. Let me do one experiment too, a different experiment. I got these two different alcohol inks, and one of them's white and one of them's cream. And one of them says that it will push colors down to the bottom, and the other says it will push colors down to the middle. And so I'm thinking, let me grab two of these molds. Oh, that was a good one. So I'm trying to find two that are pretty much the same. Those are not exactly the same, but that's okay. Oh, these two are the same though. We'll do those two. So let me grab two molds. I'm going to try one of them with the cream and one of them with the white. I'm actually just going to write on the mold because I don't care. This one's going to be cream. And this one's going to be white, if it'll actually write. It doesn't want to write on the silicone, but I think it's enough that I'll be able to see it. All right, so we'll try that as well. Do our little test there with some other colors. All right, so let's start getting our stuff out for this. Okay. For the space ones, I think we're going to want our Baja blue, our pink, whatever that's called, purple, and then I think black, if I remember correctly. I think those were the colors that were in there for our space ones. And then we're also going to want our holographic glitter. Just that stuff though. Yes, that should be it. And these are all going to, actually I need my white for this one as well. I'm going to use this white because I know that this white works. And the only thing that I need to grab a little mixing cup, and let me think about, I don't know how much resin is this going to take. So we're going to do these two, this one, and these two. I don't need any foam grips or anything of those. I already have some. These don't really take that much resin. I don't think we're going to need a ton of resin. Let me just grab the barest little bit of this glitter, because honestly, a little bit goes a long way when it comes to doing this, because I don't want it to be overpowering. I just want it to be like just a little bit of glitter, a little glint of some extra stars in there. So there's that. That's for our space ones. This one's just going to be white. Let me grab a mixing cup for our white. This one looks like it was white before, so let me get that resin out of there and we'll use it for white again. So much resin scrap, guys. There's so much resin scrap. All right. Okay, there we go. So that one's just going to be white. For our little roses here, and I'm going to do a foam grip with some rose petals. We're going to want just clear resin with some gold foil and maybe a little bit of gold flake. feel like a little bit of gold flake might be nice. This one has a little bit of blue resin in it. Get that little bit of blue resin out of there. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of gold flake. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we want this for the D20 that we're making as well. So we're going to make, let's see, one of these takes about 10 milliliters. A D20 also takes about 10, but we're have a liquid core in it, so I feel like that shouldn't be nearly as much. But we're going to probably have about, oh, and then these take like 2.5, I think, milliliters each. So we're probably going to have about 15 milliliters of resin, would be my guess. It's about 15. So we want a bit of gold. I tend to pull it apart here before putting it into the cup, because otherwise it just ends up as one big clump. And I don't think I'll need, that might be enough actually. We're doing 15 milliliters, but I don't want it to be like everything in there, so that it looks like quite a bit, and I think that's going to be enough. Okay, set that there. That's going to be for our roses and also our D20. The other thing I need for my D20, and also a little crystal thing here, is a little bit of like dark silver resin. So let's grab a mixing cup, and we're gonna do some good good silver, like a good like, I don't know what oh, what would you call that? Gunmetal. That's what I would call it. I would call it like a gunmetal silver. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. I don't think this will take very much actually, because I'm gonna put a little bit into the bottom of the D20, so it'll kind of go up around it, and honestly cover the end here where we capped it off, and then actually, yeah, I'm curious to see how that turns out. It's possible the oil worked just fine. And so just a little bit into there, and then a little bit to finish off this little crystal right here. There we go. I can point to it. I don't think I need very much. I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of resin in there, enough to incorporate that shimmer. Okay. Let's see here. So we've got all of our purple here. Whole bunch of purple resin bits. So I'm trying to debate how I'm going to want to mix this up. I think I'm going to end up mixing some things up in a different container here. I'll grab some of the larger pieces. I don't need all of that small stuff. All right. And I want a bit of it, but the thing is, I think it'd be difficult to mix just everything in just the one container. And then if I need some more, I can grab it from here, but let's grab mostly the larger pieces, and we'll put them in here. And in there, I'm also going to put, let's see, some iridescent flakes, a bunch of iridescent flakes. There we go. And some gold foil. Oh boy, that's a big piece of gold foil. Well, that works. Some gold foil. Ah, it stuck to my finger. Get off. And a little bit of silver foil. We're just putting everything in the kitchen sink in here. a little bit. A little bit of silver foil. Not as much as the gold. Yeah, I think we're just going to do a little bit. Hi, Mask Bandit. How are you doing today? Oh, it comes with a new thing. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm fumbling through figuring out what I want to make, which is about par for the course here. Let's see, we're going to add... I'm just figuring out what all the kitchen sink entails, because I'm putting all sorts of things into this. We could put a little bit of gold shimmer, I think. A little bit of gold shimmer. Oh gosh. Uh-oh. We flirting in the chat now? Alright, okay. Just a little bit of gold shimmer. I don't want much, I just want it to kind of glint a bit. And then, let's see, let's figure out what else we want here. So I'm not making dice, so I can put things in there that are a little bit heavy. So we're gonna add some little gold beads. Oops, that was maybe more than I meant to add, but that's okay. I also have like purple ones and some larger ones. I don't have as many of the larger ones. I'm not gonna add those. They're making a mess. They're making a mess. Okay. But we'll add some of these fun, like metal purple, and there's just all sorts of different colors in there that are pretty. And it doesn't want to focus. There we go. So we're gonna add some of those. There we go. That should be plenty of those. That should be plenty of those. And then, is there any glitter that I want to add? Maybe a little bit of this one. It's got like some blue and some purple. And it's got some different shapes in it. Alright, and that should be plenty. And then I'm going to mix this up like it's some sort of witch's broom. We're just going to see roughly how it's going to look. That's my goal here anyway. Well, the gold foil is going to get broken up more with the foil will get broken up more once the resin's in there. But otherwise, I think that's going to be good. I think it'll be good. It'll be a little bit easier to see everything once the resin's in, because then we'll actually get some of the glitter and stuff on top. It's not all just going to sink to the bottom. But cool. I think that's good to go. Let's see here. Got that. I want some, this is going to be rose petals. These I might not actually mix with resin. I'm just going to pour some off to the side. We're going to add some of these to some of the phone grips. Phone grips. I know words. I know words. It's fine. Words are good. Okay. And then these ones, I was saying I could add some innocent flakes, but I don't think I'm even going to worry about that. I'm not even going to worry about that. If we have extra resin, then we'll do some more peachtree or add iridescent flakes and some gold foil. Try and get some things figured out, but I don't know how much extra resin we're going to have. I don't know exactly how much resin things take. So we're going to see. It's going to be a little bit of a guesstimate here. I do still plan to do 100 milliliters of resin, just because that's how much I have at a time. I think these take 10 each, if I remember so 10, 20, 30, possibly 40. These take 2.5, so about 5, 10, so that'd be 50. And we might actually have, oh, and then we have our D20, which will be 5 to 10. And then we have all of these, assume it's 5, 10. So that'd be 65, 70. Well, if we have extra resin, we'll put it into something. I've got plenty of molds around that I'm not too concerned about, you know, having nowhere to put things. Where's my red? Oh, there's my red's over there. Okay. So I think we're good enough. I think we're good enough to go. Let us get our resin going. Actually, I need a mixing cup. This is what I was talking about. I never have clean mixing cups because I never clean them. So let me grab a mixing cup. This is why. Look, there's so much scrap resin. Okay, let's clean this out. All right. Yeah, I would like. Yeah, I want to do something with all the scrap resin for sure. I'm using some of it today, obviously, but I don't know. I feel like I need a bigger project or something. Something bigger to use it for. If I can use a bunch of it in. To be fair, I do like the idea of doing like a whole table that's full of scrap resin. I do think that would be pretty cool. Don't think I'm gonna do it. Don't think I am. Just because I don't want to have to try and figure out the logistics of it. But it would be cool. Alright, let me get a piece of tape here. This is how I clean out my mixing cup. I've turned my mixing cup inside out. I'm grabbing a piece of packing tape. And I'm just going to try and get all of those little spots of resin off. I'm going back to linguistics again because I just said packing tape. I didn't say packing. I still don't know if that's a local thing or if that's an English thing. Because I was watching an interesting video. It might have been a TikTok or something that was someone showing someone else kind of like hacks for English. Because, you know, they weren't a native English speaker. I was basically just like, don't pronounce any of the T's in any word, and like at the end of any words. Pacific Northwest. And like, wouldn't surprise me. I don't have a TikTok, no. I made one, I think, a while back. I've not used it at all. I was debating trying to do resin stuff on there, but quite honestly, I already have your Midwest. Okay. Well, how would you say it? Would you say packing tape or packing tape? To be fair, I wouldn't say packing tape usually. Packing tape. I would say packing tape. Now I'm thinking about it. If I'm thinking about it. You have one? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, I don't want to have to try and manage it. Like, yeah, packing tape. I tend to drop letters. You know, watching how people make their dice. I figure I do that enough through Twitch. I do that through Twitch. I know that there's a whole... What is this? Oh! Hi, little Ashley. Thanks for hosting. Glad you could come join us. I'm just cleaning out a mixing cup so that I can actually pour resin. No, like, let's see, I don't know, it's been a while. Yes. Yeah, it has. I'm glad you could come hang out. I'm mostly making not dice things today. I'm making a single die. And then if we have leftover resin, I might make some dice. You don't know much about Pacific Northwest regional speech. I don't either. Like, I don't pay enough attention to it. Like, and I've said before that, like, I tend to not pay too much attention to it, partially because a lot of media also has a very similar accent. Yay! You passed your class with an A. Congrats! That's so exciting. That's so exciting. Okay, I think I've got that all cleared out. Let me... Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like a lot of media and stuff has a very similar accent. Like a lot of news media and movies and that sort of thing have, you know, very, very similar accents. So it's just like, I don't know what makes... You changed your major? Valid, valid. So did I. I think a lot of people do. What did you change to? What did you change to? But yeah, I don't know. I always find language kind of interesting. Just like I'm still really curious. Like what is the local accent, and how much of it is just me talking weird too. Like every once in a while, I'll just talk weird. I feel like, especially on stream, I'll exaggerate my speech, and suddenly I have like a weird Southern accent. Or, I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I do that in real life too much, but, you know, how much of it is a local thing, how much of it is it's dialect, not accent. Your mother language, you can't have an accent in it. You would have oh, right. Yeah, so dialect. You changed your creative writing major to a minor, and then you took on a major in environmental science with a concentration in natural resources and conservation. He's a speech language specialist. Dialect makes sense. Dialect makes sense. Yes, well, okay, so I would have an accent if I spoke French. Parce que je comprends un peu de français. Mais c'est un peu. Ce n'est pas beaucoup. Yeah, so, see, I'm talking to the perfect person about dialects. I do think that in the colloquial sense, we still say accent to mean dialect. So, you know, I think that I am wrong technically in saying accent, but in a colloquial way, people understand what I'm saying. So it's one of those things where, because you're totally right, it is a dialect, it's not an accent. It's one of those things, though, where it's an argument of proper English versus proper language versus understandable language, and which is correct. Is it more correct to... It drives the specialist nuts. Oh yeah, exactly. But listen, that's what I'm saying though. It's that age-old argument of is it proper? Is the language being used properly if it is understandable or if it is following the rules correctly? Because those aren't always the same thing. And it's just like language is meant to be able to convey an idea. So as long as you're conveying that idea and people understand what you're trying to say, then it doesn't matter, versus, like, never the same thing, and language is always changing. Yeah. No, I know they're two separate things, but it's one of those things. Okay, I think we're all ready to pour resin. I grab my if a language isn't changing, it is dying. Ah, that makes sense, actually, yeah. That makes sense. Because just the nature of using language, I guess, is going to change it over time. Alright, I'm going to be a little bit muffled, so no one's going to understand my dialect. No, hopefully it won't be too bad. But I'm going to put on a respirator so that I can be a little safe. I'm trying to be a little safe. But I'm going to be a little bit muffled for the rest of the stream. Just a heads up. Because it's better to be safe than sorry. But I am still, like, always interested in, like, language and, like, dialects and, like, I don't know. It's I do find it fascinating. Both dialects and accents, actually. Okay. So let's grab a resin. I'm the first person doing resin that uses a respirator. Oh man, I hope not. That you've seen, that is. I think Scryer usually uses a respirator. That's a different dice maker on here. I think she does.
But I don't know, I just rather, to be fair, for streaming, it kind of sucks. Oh, you do have the argument of when a dialect truly diverges into its own language, example Scots and English. That's an interesting point. I feel like with anything, Sigil uses respirator. I was gonna say, it kind of sucks for streaming, I feel like, because it makes it so it's harder to understand. And sound is honestly, I feel like, one of the most important things with streaming. No, I've never seen Trey actually pour resin only the finishing steps. Fair. But I'm pretty sure she uses a respirator. But, like, at the same time, I do this enough that I don't want to, like, injure myself over time. If I was just doing this, like, casually every once in a while, I wouldn't be as worried about it. But since I pour resin enough that I don't want to mess with my lungs. Alright, so I'm going to go quiet here for just a second while I pour this, because I can't talk and pour at the same time. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves, and I will be right back. Let me get this all poured. Alright, there's part A. And then let's grab the hardener. Maybe a rave in the chat while I pour things. Perfect. Alright, let me pour part B and we'll be all set to go. This is the second part, right? Alright, we're good. Alright. That's part of the chat. Alright, I'm back. Alright, we can go back to talking about language or something. Or environmental sciences. Yeah, no, or workplace safety. Alright, this is going to take a minute to actually mix this all. So we'll work on that. I feel like this is mixing better than usual. I don't know why. It feels thinner than usual. Maybe it's because I have new resin. Maybe that's why. It's possible. Oh, so how much do you have left on your degree? To be fair, I would think that, I was thinking temperature at first, except that it's colder than it usually is, which I feel like would make it thicker. You've only started. Oh, okay. Can't remember where you were at. That's exciting, though. Yeah, I went off to school, when I went off to UW, over in Seattle. New university, so you're starting mostly from scratch. Yeah, I get that. I did running start in high school, so I graduated high school with my AA degree, my associate's degree. But then, I went to a university, and suddenly it's just like, okay, things transfer really weird. I think I went from quarters to semesters or something. No, semesters to quarters, one or the other. And so, like, all of the credits that transferred were just like, this is worth 2.63 credits or something. I'm just like, this is not helpful. Why? You have 30 credits that went mostly to electives and some gen ed. Yeah, exactly. They're just kind of a pain. But yeah, and then actually I did it again now that I think about it. You lost half your credits in transferring. Yeah. No, you had 62. Oh wow. Did you go from like quarters to semesters though, or something like that, or was it just things didn't count? How are you? How are you liking the new school? You liking the new school though? Yeah, I had my things didn't count. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really frustrating. Um, yeah, so I did running start. So I got my associate's degree when I graduated high school. So I took classes at the community college instead of high school classes. And then I went off to university. And then after like 2 years, a year and a half, I came back home because I got a job. And then I started doing classes at the local college, which wasn't the community college. You finally addressed the issues your head injuries caused. You know how to do school stuff around them again. Oh, good. I'm glad. That's gotta be tough, but I'm glad that you've got things figured out. So that's good. Oh, as long as you are happier. You was almost done with Asian Studies major at Old Uni, but that degree's I see what you're saying. Yeah, the degree's not even available at your yeah. What do you think of the new major though? I feel like that sounds like an interesting one. Obviously, I didn't do a lot of the humanities. I got my degree in general science technically, but yeah, I was originally gonna. So I changed majors as well. I think I went in. I can't remember what I went in as technically, but I was going towards a mechanical engineering degree when I was over at UW. Yeah, I went for a mechanical engineering degree, and then when I came back and started taking classes at the local college. I was gonna continue that way because it's what I was closest to. And then I found out that there was a math degree, and I was even closer to that. And I'm like, okay, I'm switching. I'm just going for whatever's closest. I haven't gotten too into it yet. We've always loved them and into environmental science outside of things uni-related. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad. I was, not last night, but the night before. This is sort of unrelated to that. It's related to following your passions. No, not last night, but the night before. I was having one of my monthly existential crises about what am I doing with my life. Because I love doing the dice thing, but it's not quite enough. Who is in Egypt? I didn't say anything about Egypt, I don't think. I'm trying to figure out what sounds like Egypt. No, but so the other night, and it's because I love doing this dice thing, and I love like making things, but it's not quite enough. I'm wondering what you heard wrong though. But it's not quite enough to cover my bills. The dice thing isn't. And so I was trying to figure out, like, what do I want to do for a secondary source of income? And I was just like, man, I'm going to have to work so many hours to make up the difference. And I was kind of freaking out a bit. And then yesterday, I went and actually sat down. And I was just like, oh, wait. I need to make that per month, not per week. And suddenly I'm like, okay, I can go drive Uber Eats for 10 hours a week and completely cover my bills. It's fine. So I think I'm going to do that. But no, the following your passions thing, the other night I was just like, what's the point? I can't even go do the things that I want to do. And then the next day I'm just like, oh, I did my math completely wrong. I'm fine. It's fine. But I'm glad that you are following something that you enjoy doing, because I enjoy doing this so much. Like I had an office job for 5 or 6 years. That's why I came back from school. So I was away at I was probably sleepy. I've got to have my monthly existential crisis about what I'm doing with my life, you know. So, you know, it works out. No, so I was at UW, and then I came back because I got a job here, and so I had an office job for 5 or 6 years, and then I was also going to school part-time at the same time. And man, not having any free time for 5 years will do you in. Between working full-time and going to school part-time, like having no like no time for hobbies and stuff. Yeah, no, I will just kill you. So that was part of my existential crisis. It was like, I don't think I can do both the dice thing and a part-time job because I'll end up working like 50-hour weeks and I won't have any free time again. It's like, that's not going to work out for me. But I just did my math wrong. Thank goodness. I'm so glad that I have a math major. I can do math. Yeah, no, to be fair, I totally was trying to calculate things like I needed to make a certain amount per week, when really I just need to make that certain amount per month. And so it was just like way off. It's just like, this doesn't make any sense. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Let me just scrape the sides one more time. Oops. Just scrape the sides one more time, make sure there's no streaks in here. But yeah, no, sleep's definitely one of the biggest indicators of what my mood's going to be like, I feel like. If I don't get enough sleep, I'm a zombie. This is looking pretty good. Like I said, let me scrape the sides one last time and the bottom. Let's make sure that there's no streaks in here. And then we will start divvying this up into our various containers. I don't think I see any streaks. So I think we're good to go. So let's see, how much meds make you sleepy. Zombie Ashy. Okay, let's see here. What do I want to do first? Let's do our gold foil first, because I want to do this D20. A little bit of this silver. And we want like 15 of this, because I'm going to be using it for multiple things. Alright, and then for this, we want one of those, and then a few of those. We want probably at least like, maybe at least 20, I think, or 15. Let's go down to 70 at least. Okay, let's see how that looks. Get that a little bit more. Alright. I think I'm going to need more resin than this, just because I don't know that that's enough resin to actually soak everything up here. But I do think this will be pretty. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm going to need a little bit more resin. This still seems kind of chunky. Oh, you know, now that I'm thinking about it too, I might actually want a little bit of resin as sort of a back for this. I'm thinking I might want a little bit of resin that's kind of like a dark blue. So I'm going to grab a little bit of resin, and we're going to make that a nice dark blue. Where's my blue? So I'm going to do a drop of blue, and a drop of black. And this is what I've done for my nightlife dice in the past as well. But it'll make kind of a good background for it, I think. Okay, there's that. Alright, and then let's add a little bit more resin to this because it's still very chunky. Alright, I think, yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Still chunky, but not as chunky. And we're going to back it with a little bit of the dark blue, so I think that'll work out fine. Yeah, this is like a blue that's almost black, but I do like this blue. Let's see if I can show you a little bit of light behind it. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. A really, really dark blue. I don't know. I like this blue color, to be honest. It's like deep ocean. It's kind of tealish almost a little bit, but it's just like really dark. Okay. So let's see. Here's our silver. Let's mix that up. Let's get our D20 going first, I think. Let's see here. Actually, just a second. I want to divvy things up first because I found that if I leave all my resin in one container, it will start heating up and start curing pretty quickly, and I don't want that. Let me start. I'm going to start filling these in a little bit because these are just going to have clear. And that'll give this time for things to spread out a little bit. And then I can make sure that I actually get these done too. I'm just trying to dome these a bit. I probably could have like put stuff on the sides to make sure that they'd stay nice and clean there, but I'm just trying to make them pretty flat. Sorry, I'm focusing here. I've gone all quiet. I'm trying to like focus on things. It's great entertainment, guys. It's great entertainment when I go just super quiet and don't actually pay attention to the fact that I'm streaming. I know. It's like the most entertaining. That's what I'm here for. Is going really, really quiet. All right. I'm gonna pour some of this over into here. I don't think we're gonna need 10 milliliters, but I'll go 10 milliliters anyways. And this is the resin that I'm gonna use for the space ones. And I'm pouring it into here because I just have a little tiny bit of holographic glitter. And now that I'm looking at it, I might want a little bit more. I did just a little bit, but I'm thinking it could maybe use, I don't know. It might be fine. I think I'm going to add just a little tiny bit more. I don't want to overdo it, because I've done that before too, and it just ends up being like a glitter fest. But I want enough that you actually see it, and it's just not like 2 flakes of glitter. Come back! My lid has run away! Alright, we got it. We're good. We're good. Okay. So I want it glittery, but I want it to, that's better. I think I can see the glitter now. That was the thing. I couldn't even really see the glitter before. And I've still got some clear resin in here. What else do we have in here, actually? We might have enough to do. The lid for my glitter tried to run away. We might have enough for a set of like fate dice or D6s. We might end up doing that. But that's about what I have left. So let's do our D20 first. I have a very messy workstation today. So for the D20, I'm going to add a little bit of this silver in. It's going to go into kind of the bottom. I don't need a ton of it, but it's going to kind of end up going up around the liquid core. That's the idea anyway. Let's mix up our gold foil here. So this is just clear resin with some gold foil in it. I want the gold foil to be fairly small pieces, so I think we're good there. And we're going to put our copper liquid core in here. That goes in next. Not the cat hair. The cat hair doesn't go in next, just the copper liquid core. I'm trying to make it so that the part that I coated in to finish it off is going to be towards the bottom. But all right, and then we're going to pour our clear with gold foil in, and to get kind of fill in around. I'm going to swish it around a little bit so that it has, hopefully it gets into all of the numbers and everything. That's the only problem that I've had with liquid cores before, is the resin not finding its way into, you know, one or two of the numbers. So, and we'll let this sit for a minute too, and let all that air rise to the surface. Give it a second for that air to rise, because there's definitely air bubbles that are popping up. And while we wait for that, let me add my little bit of silver over here as well. I need a little bit for a little crystal for a different commission. Okay, and that should be good. So we've got a little bit of that left over, which will be fine. I think we want to do maybe our Petries next, so that there's time for the inks to settle down. So I'm going to fill these up, all the ones that have the little metal charms in them, with some of this resin that just has a little bit of shimmer to it. I might actually need more resin here now that I'm looking at it. I think these take more resin than I realized, which is fine. Actually, yeah, I think it works out anyways, because honestly that has more glitter than I wanted it to. So I'm going to add a little bit more resin to this, so we can get all of these done. And then if we have leftover resin, we can just use it for, what was I talking about? An extra set of D6s or fate dice or something. I want this to be almost all the way full, but I don't want it all the way to the top. I want the inks to be able to sit in here pretty comfortably. This might work out, actually. I might have just added that second time the right amount of resin. Pretty perfectly. Let's see here. Let's see what can use a little bit more. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. There's a little bit of extra resin in there, but that's fine. We can use that for something else. So let's get our colors all mingling in here. So I've got blue, pink, purple, and black. And then we have our white, which we will use as well. So I'm just going to add a drop or two of each color. That's our blue. Oops. This one wants to drip everywhere. This one is very drippy. That's not good. This is our purple. This one's making a mess. I don't need that. Here's our pink. And then we'll add our black as well. I just know that these are going to stain too. Just a second. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try and wipe up the edges, I think, a little bit. I don't usually do that, but I know that this ink's going to stain. Let me add the white first, though. And we're just going to kind of, I'm probably adding more white than I need to. honestly, it's dripping pretty easily as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's so much random. Okay, there we go. There's a whole bunch of ink built up there. All right, let me wipe up some of this purple, because I know that it's going to stain my silicone if I don't. I don't really want it to stain my silicone, but if I let it sit there, it will. It's going to stain the silicone anyways, just because it's going to be against the silicone for all of these. Oh, this one could actually use a little bit more resin. We'll add a little bit more resin to that one too. Come on, purple, soak up. I'm just trying to get all that purple out of there because it's making a mess. Alright. Yeah, it's already made a little bit of a mess there, but if I can prevent some of it, that'll be good. Yeah, usually I'm all for mess, but I don't know, it just annoys me when I do Petries and my molds end up super dyed. I don't know why it bothers me. It doesn't really affect anything. It's just a cosmetic thing really more than anything, but I don't know. It just does. So I'm going to try and pick up as much of that random purple resin as I can. Also, it's all over my workspace, which is just kind of a hazard for me more than anything. I'm going to put my arm in that, I know. Alright, this one can use a little bit more resin, which this is going to affect things. I'm going to need to add a little bit more ink. So we'll do that. Add more resin to this. And then I'll add some more ink on top as well. Alright. Yeah, let's add some more. I'll add some more blue. Blue sounds nice. And maybe one more pink. I think another pink, because those are going to end up making some purple anyways. But, you know, it's not like I need to add more purple necessarily. We're going to end up with purple just by adding the blue and the pink. There's another random. Alright, there we go. You need to go? Just had a headache? Oh, I'm so sorry. Hope you feel better, but glad you could stop by for a little bit. I was excited to hear about your class that you got an A in. Congrats. And hopefully I can see you later. So, have a good one. Hope your headache feels better. Jewelry today. Yeah, we're trying some jewelry. We're doing a single die, but yeah, we're trying out some jewelry. I'm doing, these have some little, like, we're in your domain. We're in your domain today. Yeah, these have some like little space charms in them, and then I'm doing some Petries over the top. And then I have this stuff here. This is a whole bunch of, oh, thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. And subscribe for 2 months. Man. Yeah, so this is a bunch of like recycled resin that I have ground up and cut up, mixed with a bunch of foil and some other fun stuff like that. Oh, there's a kitty cat at my window. Buddy, I will be done in just a minute and I'll come get you. And so I'm going to mix that up with a bunch of glitter and things, and we're going to put that into some of the molds here. And then I've got some dark blue. I'm doing I have a set of dice in my shop that are called Nightlife. That's the name of them. And we're kind of doing something similar to that. So it's a bunch of like recycled resin with glitter and foil and all of those fun things. And then I'm going to add some of this dark blue. It's a very, very dark blue. Kind of as a background almost. I'm debating whether I want to put some at the top here or just on the back. I feel like it might be kind of cool. You recycle your resin scraps with silver pressure pot. Fair. Yeah, man, I have so much resin scrap I don't even know what to do with it all. If you ever have any ideas for things to do with resin scrap, I would love ideas. Yeah, the microbubbles would eat you alive. Yeah, I imagine. I can imagine so. Just with what am I trying to say? Just because air would get trapped so easily. I feel like that's how it is with like almost any inclusion. Almost, it's just like it's so much easy. It's so easy to get air bubbles in things when you have any sort of inclusion, especially like kind of complex inclusions where there's lots of places for air to get trapped. All right, I think that's good. So there you go. It has kind of a dark blue background. You never knew what to do with the scraps. You usually take them to a hazardous waste place up here in Canada. I guess I'm not too worried about it because it's just plastic. I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm not too worried about it being hazardous waste or something, but still. Scoop a little bit into a crystal mold here. Yeah, I actually tried making some jewelry like this. This is a design from back before I had a pressure pot. Back when I first started doing resin, I kind of did this where I took like some leftover other resin and cut it up and made jewelry out of it. Now I'm thinking about it, where did I get that resin from? What did I have scraps from? I don't, probably just from my mixing cups and stuff. But like, and I didn't have a pressure pot and it ended up with quite a few air bubbles in it. Yeah. So hopefully having the pressure pot will help. That's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm banking on. But yeah, I just have actually I have multiple bins of resin scraps. So I end up with so much from like when I make dice. So yeah, I never know what to do either. A little bit of dark blue. I'm going to kind of try and swirl that in a little bit. These ones are Petri, so a couple of the ones here, these are going to be Petri. They're kind of like space ones. They have some star-shaped things in them and that sort of stuff. And then I'm doing a bunch here that are resin scraps. I was debating doing all like one thing, and then I'm just like, no. I'm just going to do different things. So I've got a few different ones that I'm going to try and get done today. I wanted to also do that out of the way. Move a couple of things out of the way because I have them in my way. I want to try and do a phone grip with this sort of stuff. I'm thinking maybe a geode kind of shaped one because I feel like that's kind of fun. Oh, you know, actually if I do a geode shaped one, I wonder if I could do the dark blue kind of around the edge and then do this in kind of the middle. That might be cool if I can. I wonder if that would work out. Oh, thanks. I got a set here, and it has these that have like round and like geode shapes, and then it came with this too that has other shapes as well. I think I just got it on Amazon. If you want, I can shoot you a link to it if you're interested. No pressure there, obviously. All right, and then let's see if I can do. All right, I'll find it for you after the stream. You might have to message me and remind me. I know that I'm following you on Instagram, or I have a Discord. I don't know if you use Discord or not, but that's down in the description, in the about section. If you want to join my Discord, and I can message you on there. But yes, you may have to message me to remind me because it's quite possible that as soon as I leave this room, I will forget. Just because that's how my brain works. It's possible I'll then see this later and be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to message about that. Alright. Alright. So this one's going to need another layer of resin, I can tell, because it's very textured here. Although, honestly, that could be kind of cool. Nah, I think it'd be uncomfortable. It'd be uncomfortable on top. That's fine. This one's going to end up with another layer of resin, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to spritz this down, because these molds will not fit in my pressure pot. So these ones are just going to stay out. We'll see how it goes. Put that over there. And I've still got a little bit of this left, so we're going to do another necklace. I think I'm going to do a round one. I think a round one would be good. Yeah, we'll do this one right here. And we'll do, I think, this drop one as well, if I have some extra. I think I will. Looks like I will. Yep, I've got. Trying to get things to lie flat here. Actually got a little bit more, I think, than I want. I want this to be a little bit lower in the mold so I can put it back on it if I need to. Alright, that's a little bit better. And then we're going to do a cylindrical drop pendant. And we'll see how well I can get this to work, because I feel like this might be a pain. Just a second. Alright. I worry that some of the resin pieces might be a little bit large. We'll find out, I guess. Alright, come on. You can go in. We're just gonna make it work. Alright. And these ones luckily will fit in my pressure pot, obviously, so hopefully we can help get some of the air bubbles out of these. You know, the pressure pot works well for the little tiny bubbles. Doesn't always work well if there's big air gaps. So we want to try and try and steer away from big air gaps in the pieces. Either way. But I really like. I don't know. I feel like the scrap pieces always just turn out pretty. Okay, there's definitely some big air gaps in there. Come on. I'm just kind of forcing everything down a little bit. Alright. I don't want to scrape up the sides too much. That's not what I'm going for at all. Alright. Alright, I think that's pretty good. I think there might be some spots in there that there's air, but hopefully things just get... You always think you'll buy a pressure pot, and then you're like, oh, but what if I buy a Glowforge instead? Then wonder where all your money is. I mean, I can't fault you, though, because that's pretty cool. And that seems pretty cool to me. Let's see here. We'll do a little tiny one. Oh! Hi, Scryer! How was your game? I saw you were playing a game on Discord. Thanks for raiding. Glad you could pop in. I'm not even doing dice really today. I'm doing other resin stuff. We're trying to make some jewelry for the holiday bazaar that's coming up in December. If people are just hopping in and are wondering why I'm making jewelry and not dice, it's because I'm doing a Christmas bazaar this year. I've done it in the past, and I sold soap. But I just feel like maybe it's not the right demographic for dice, so I was like, I should make some jewelry and stuff too. I enjoy making jewelry and stuff too. I just I feel like I don't know what to make. But I enjoy doing these. I feel like these turn out pretty. This is yeah, you were playing a game, weren't you? I think I saw on Discord that you were playing some sort of puzzle game. Which now I'm curious about because I like puzzle games. Yeah, I probably would have come and hang out if I wasn't streaming myself. But how was it? Stretch. That's probably a good idea, honestly. If anybody's been sitting in one position for super long, probably a good idea to just, you got stuck, so you stopped. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, yep. Time for a little bit of a stretch. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. We've still got a little bit left, but I don't know what I'm going to use that with. Let me finish. Let me top off this D20 with some more of our clear resin with a little bit of gold foil. I should have put some gold shimmer in this, but I didn't. That's okay. I think it will be good with the gold foil. I'm just going to squish this a bit and try to make sure that there's no big air bubbles that I'm missing. I don't want there to be like gaps where the numbers are, because that's happened before. You like the game. You played the first in the series last summer, but you tend to overthink things. You're going to spend the next hour trying to turn shapes into numbers to figure it out. You could probably Google it too. I've definitely looked up walkthroughs for games before where I'm just like, I have no idea what it wants me to do here. Like, you know, just you don't have to tell anybody, but you could probably look it up too if you really wanted to. All right, that's looking pretty good. I think that has enough. Hello again, cat. There's a cat at my window. I think that has enough resin in there. I was going to pour some of this into a couple other things. I think first up, let's do a phone grip. Not a phone grip, a necklace. I was also going to do a phone grip. That's your last resort. Yeah, I mean, fair. I feel like it's more rewarding to figure it out yourself, but this is actually a pure rectangle. It actually tapers. That's okay, though. Oh, okay. Have a good dinner. I totally understand. I feel like that's one of the ways that I interact with streams. There's like two ways that I interact with streams personally. Is either like as background noise, like something I put on in the back, or as a way to like chat with people. There's like no in between. That's part of the reason I don't watch a ton of streams. I'll watch more VODs of streams almost, is because, you know, I put it on in the background of things. Alright, this one's going to have a rose in it. And I'm going to kind of shove it in there, that's fine. Alright, this one has some air rising up. So I just put a little tiny rose in here. I might be able to show you actually. So it has gold foil and stuff, and then it has a rose. Honestly, I probably should have put something below it. Oh, there's a big air bubble below it actually. Here, just a second, I'm going to pull this rose back out, maybe. Because I'm going to put something below it. I'm going to put a flower petal below it, I think. We're going to try and do that. So I'm going to put some more resin back in. And I have just a single flower petal here, a single rose petal, because I think it looks kind of bare with it just up at the top. So I'm going to put a rose petal down here. It's probably going to try and float anyways, we'll see. Let's see, and then I'm going to put this rose back in. And hopefully this works pretty well to go back in. We'll find out. There we go. All right, we'll see how this looks once it's out. But and we'll give that a second for any air bubbles to travel to the surface that might need to. And then how much of this do I have left? Oh, I have about 10 left. That's perfect. I'm going to do a phone grip with this as well. So I think I'm just going to do one of the round ones here. Move this out of the way. I'm just going to do one of the round ones here, and I'm just going to pour this in here. So I'm going to do Yeah, I'm going to do clear with some gold foil, and I'm going to put some rose petals in it. I think that'll look pretty. It'll be party. Alright, not cat hair, rose petals. I have a few rose petals over here that I figured I could grab and put in. Yeah, there's definitely air that's trying to get trapped. Let me find some smaller pieces as well. That's the thing, I feel like variation really adds to it. Like having some things are smaller, some things are larger. It really makes things look not necessarily more natural, but more balanced almost. I feel like there's, if you want to make things balanced, either have lots of different sizes or have things like perfectly symmetrical. But I like things that, I think natural is the right word. I like things that look a little bit more natural. Things that have some variation and account for, yeah, just some variation in them. Plus, I think it makes things more interesting. That's why, so I did a set of fate dice as a commission with skulls in them. And I was like, hey, do you want like a single skull in each, or do you want like a bunch of little skulls in them? And the person was just like, just do whatever you think looks best. And so I went and made, fate dice, so there's 4 different dice. And I did like a mix. So I had skulls of just various sizes. One die had just a single skull in it that was larger. And another one had, 3 little tiny skulls in it. And I just feel like that makes it more fun. It's just more interesting, because like that way, it's not, if you've seen one, you've seen it all. This way, there's actually like a reason to look at each individual die, and it just makes it more, I don't know, I like things that are busy too though, so I don't know. Maybe I'm not the best judge of that. I feel like that is at least my art style for a lot of things. I don't know if it is for dice, but colorful, like very saturated, and very busy. That's how I tend to do things. Very saturated and very busy. I don't know. Does that line up with my dice? I don't know. Maybe not. Alright. Alright. I'm going to do white here. What is today? What is today? No, what time is it? Okay, 2:30. I was just looking at the time. Oh my gosh. It's 30 at the end. It's trying to, there we go. I need to go grocery shopping before I have people coming over for dinner. Because we're gonna have grilled cheese for dinner because it's delicious. But we realized last night that we don't have any milk. And I need milk for tomato soup to go with my grilled cheese. And so I need to run to the store. But I've got plenty of time for that. It's only 2:30 for me. Only 2:30 for me. So we're good. Okay, I want this even more opaque. than that. So this is just going to go, I have a little cloud here that has all sorts of fun colors on it. And I'm just going to pour white over that. So then the other side will be the front. And I'll have all of those fun colors with a white background. And I think the white will help it stand out. I was debating doing a black background, but I think that would mute the colors because they're kind of semi-translucent. So we're going with white. Let me move this to the... oh good, you can actually see it on the camera. I was worried for a second that I was pouring it out of camera, because that's something I'd do. Oh, I was going to tell you guys. So Saturday streams at the moment are kind of just random streams. Like, it might be resin, it might be something else. And to be fair, it's been that way for a while, where Saturday streams have been my miscellaneous craft day. But I think Saturdays are going to turn into Minecraft days or game days. Probably mostly Minecraft. And I expect that that's going to happen fairly soon, and it might happen earlier in the day. It might be changing, and that's because I have plans to start playing Minecraft with some friends on Saturday mornings. And we have a little server together. And so I might start streaming on Saturday mornings Minecraft with friends. I don't know when exactly, or it probably won't be every Saturday, but what? What? Hi. You're lurking? You just had to pop in like, what? What are you talking about? But yeah, but I'm just giving you guys a heads up. I don't know when exactly that'll be, but I'll post about it in the Discord once things are decided. Hi, Robbie. Alright, that should be good for that. I still got a little bit of these. Looks like, it's getting a little sticky. Ooh. Let me see how these are. Is that a good what or a bad what though? That's what I want to know, Robbie. Oh, there's a piece of silicone fell in there. Are you a good what or a bad what? Alright, this needs a little bit more resin. Excited, shocked. Yeah, I started playing Minecraft fairly recently, and I've had so much fun with it. I don't play a lot of video games, but I finally got that during the quarantine. My brother's played Minecraft for years, but I got it during quarantine because like my brother's had it for years and loves it, and it was something that we could play together. And so my brother and a friend of mine, probably been about a year, yeah. Probably been playing it for about a year, but compared to my brother who's had it since like alpha, it's not. I haven't had it very long. So I've still got a bit of resin here. How much do I have? I have almost 20 milliliters of resin, so we might be able to do a set of fate dice. I think we might be able to do a set of fate dice. So let me set these out of the way. So these aren't actually going to go into the pressure pot. They don't fit. These don't fit in the pressure pot. So I'm going to spritz everything down again. And I'm going to set these off to the side. I think maybe just on my table over here. And we'll let those cure over there. Hopefully I don't forget about them, but it's not a huge deal if I do. I've got our D20 here, which is all ready to go. I think we're going to try and do a set of fate dice. Just because I've got leftover resin. I've got about 20 milliliters of leftover resin. Actually, I want to do my experiment over here. So I have two different new alcohol inks that are both white. And one of them is supposed to help sink it to the bottom, and one of them is supposed to help sink it to the middle. What if we test this in here? No, that wouldn't work too well. We're going to wait to do that, because I have about 20 milliliters left, so I know that, yeah, so let's actually do a Petri, though, because I think that sounds fun. We're going to fill this up with all of our clear. Oh yeah, this is starting to get a little bit warm. Alright, let's set this off to the side. But yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out when we can all play together, my friends and I, because that's kind of why we made the server, was so that like we could all play together, or at least play in the same space. And I'm like, hey, we can do it on Saturday morning as long as you're cool with me also streaming it. And they're like, yeah, that's cool. So we'll probably go fight the Ender Dragon with friends and stuff. Not yet, but. But Saturday mornings are going to change. I do think that it'd be fun. So I don't play a lot of video games. I like playing like multiplayer stuff. I like playing games with friends. If I'm gonna do something on my own, I'd rather do arts and crafts, I think. But I do think it'd be fun to find some. Why did I fill these? These don't actually need to be this full. I might actually have enough here to do my tests as well. I'm taking a little bit out because we're going to fill these with some ink. Let's see what color we want to do. Let's do a couple of oranges. No, wait, what color? Actually, no, we're going to do purple. We're going to do our space colors over here. We're going to do purple and things because I've just realized that I don't actually have a lot of purple fate dice. If you look in my shop at the moment, they're like all green. Like all of the dice in there are green, or the fate dice in there are green. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So let's do our purples and blues, and we'll add some other fun stuff as well. These are kind of working as dump molds today, so let's do that. Let's add our white, which is what helps it sink. Okay. And obviously these are not full all the way to the top, so just gonna let those sit for a second. But then I have some leftover little bits, and this actually I guess has some stuff that's maybe a little bit weighted in it. This has some little beads in it that are metal, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna do just a little bit of this into each one, and that's gonna sink as well. But it also use this up, and so we can clear this out. Oh, but what I was saying though about games, I think it'd be fun to play some multiplayer games and possibly play some sort of multiplayer games with you guys. I don't know what necessarily, but I do think that it could be fun to, like, I don't know, find some sort of multiplayer game online that we could all play together. I don't know. There's a few on the computer that we could play. I'd be open to ideas. But I don't know. There's some other games that I wouldn't mind playing as well. I do like puzzle games. I really like puzzle games. And I have like a couple that I got a while back and that just haven't gotten around to playing yet. Words on stream is... Jackbox would be really fun, actually. I've debated getting like one of the Jackbox party packs before, just because like I've played it before and it's just really fun, and that actually could be really good on stream because that'd be doable. So that might be a way to go. It's actually a good idea. Is that a game? Masked Bandit? I can't talk. Or are you just saying that I can't talk? Because that's also possible. Alright, let me spritz these down. And let's make sure that all of the heavy stuff has made it into there, because I don't actually want it to like hold things up. Trying to make sure that all of the stuff is in the molds. All right. So we're gonna let that sit just a second. Hopefully, let things sink a bit. Put that off to the side. Oh no, this one has completely gotten everywhere. This one did not work out well. Call you Bandit. Yes, you pull up the game browser. You believe in guesses for words made up from the letters are made in chat. Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. That sounds like fun. It gets harder as you go up in level. Alright. That sounds like it could be fun. You know, if any of them was gonna... Oh, that one leaked too. No! No! How do you keep these from leaking? I need Miss Messy back. She knows how to do this. Okay. Too far. I think the ones that I most wanted to turn out are pretty okay. Let me grab a new thing to set this on. So I'm just making a mess here. I'm just making a mess. So what is the game called? Is it just called Words? Is that all the game is called, or is it called something else? Do you know? And this one. Oh, it's called Words on Stream. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I wasn't sure if you were saying it's called Words and it should be played on stream, or that it's called Words on Stream. Okay. This one has also created a little bit of a mess. I don't usually. Isn't what I usually do. I'm not usually like doming things, so I'm not used to it. Oh, it went through the thingy. This one I think is a lost cause. This one we're just going to leave out. I'm not too worried about that one anyways. I'm not too worried about that one. Alright, let me figure out. I do have some resin left over. Let's do a spare die here. This is the resin that just has a little bit of glitter in it. A little bit of glitter. Get that all done and out of the way. We're just using this as a dump mold. We're throwing everything into this this random fate die mold. Since we're making a set of fate dice anyways, it's probably good to make a bonus one, since I try to send bonus ones with all of the orders for them. Okay, let's put all of our clear in here. Oh wait, no, I was gonna do my test. That's right, I was gonna do my test. So let's fill these up. Actually, no, if I was gonna do my test, I should have done it earlier. We're gonna do a fate die. I think I want to do those when the resin is like at its runniest. That's usually when I do Petries. So we'll do that one at the beginning of a pour at some point. Alright, and then let's see. We could swirl some silver in here, I think. Although we still got some leftover resin. There's still a little bit of resin left. Alright, there's that. So let's start getting things situated. Well, let's see, there's a couple things I could do. Here, I have this random blank. I'm gonna fill this in with a little bit of resin. Just a spot there that needs a drop of it. That's fine. This is gonna get painted over anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But there's a spot in that. Let's see here. What else? I still have some leftover resin. What do I want to use this on? Well, let's throw this into a mold here. We'll do something with it. Put it into this round one here. You can throw something in here with this and make it interesting. Let's see. We'll add our silver. So I'm going to get all the lids on the dice, and then we'll probably call it. I realized that I didn't even take, I have stuff in the pressure pot right now that I haven't taken out. So I'm going to need to depressurize the pressure pot, which is going to be a little bit loud. But let me get the last little bit of this resin used up. I feel like this needs something else in it. What should we put in here with this silver? I don't know. Oh, maybe just like some black ink. I'll just do some black ink with this silver. I think that'll be kind of nice. We'll just swirl that in a little bit. There we go. Trying to make it so it's not just all sitting on the top here. All right. We'll see how that turns out. That might just be strange, but we'll see. And then there's so little resin left. Let's make it blue. Oops, I just added way too much ink. So we'll see how that works out. And I'm going to put this into some sort of littler one somewhere. And we'll add some of this. Alright. I'm going to put this is just blue with some iridescent flakes in it now. We'll put it into one of these little crystal shaped molds. Just because I think that's kind of what I was thinking of doing anyways. Doing some iridescent flakes with something in one of these faceted molds. Alright. And I'm making a little bit of a mess, but that's fine. I can clean this up after the fact. So I will be streaming on Wednesday. I do stream every Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday will be resin. It'll be dice. Wednesday's gonna stay arts and crafts at the very least. It'll probably stay dice. That's when I do most of my like commission pours and stuff is on Wednesdays. So I will be back on Wednesday. Next Saturday, don't know what I'll be doing yet. Could be resin. Could be video games of some sort. I'll let you guys know hopefully closer to the fact. If I remember to let people know instead of just doing things, which is my normal modus operandi. Okay. Oh crap. Okay. We're gonna put the lids on, but my tray for putting things into the pressure pot is actually in the pressure pot. So let's get the lids on, and then I'm gonna call it. While I get everything put into the correct spots. So we've got our fate dice here. And we've got our D20 here. Alright. This one should be good. This has a copper liquid core in it with some silver and some gold foil. Silver resin and some gold foil. And then we've got this one here. But otherwise I think everything is pretty good to go. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm gonna head out so I can actually get these things where they need to be. But I'm glad you guys could come hang out and chat for a bit. And hopefully I will see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.